Do you feel like you have no willpower around food? Are you frustrated trying to figure out how to lose weight? You're cutting carbs, doing sugar detoxes, cleanses, diet pills, jumping from low carb to keto to paleo to vegan, etc. Do you feel like you struggle with cravings and sugar and knowing what to eat and how many calories you need, what type of exercise to do? Do you feel uncomfortable in your body? Embarrassed by your weight? Are you tired of feeling undisciplined, lacking willpower and motivation? The good news is you are not broken. None of these things are the problem. They're symptoms of a bigger problem, and it's called dieting. In this 5-part video series, I'm going to show you how to shift away from that problem of dieting and how these 5 myths are sabotaging your success and losing weight and keeping it off for good. And once you shift, you'll feel more in control of what you eat and your weight, and you can stop researching information online so that you can live a life that you love, and you have more energy, and you sleep better, and you feel motivated to wake up every morning and live your life in a bigger way. Today, we're talking about willpower, and if willpower really is the missing ingredient to your weight loss. This is day 5 of my 5-day training series, 5 myths sabotaging your weight loss. If you missed day 1, we talked about weight loss not being as simple as calories in, calories out. On day 2, we talked about the surprising truth about carbs and weight loss, and you guys really liked what I had to say about that. Day 3, we talked about the little known secret about exercise and losing weight that most women get wrong. And on day 4, we talked about how meal plans can actually ruin your weight loss. If you missed any of those videos and would like to watch them in the replay, comment below and I'll certainly give you the link. But first, who am I? My name is Megan Olson. I'm a nutrition practitioner and I help women over 35 lose 20 to 50 or more pounds and keep it off for good. Now, who is ready to lose weight? Tell me yes in the comments. Yes, I am ready. Let's talk willpower. Okay, how many of you, tell me in the comments, how many of you have tried to lose weight now or in the past and you felt like you just didn't have enough willpower to say no to foods or to choose the nourishing foods or exercise or just do whatever it was that you knew you needed to do to get the results you wanted? Tell me in the comments, and don't be shy. I've been there too. There's a lot of confusion about willpower, and something I commonly hear from women over 35 is, I just don't have any willpower. I just need more willpower. Well, ladies, if we could all run out to Target tomorrow and buy a bucket of willpower, I'm sure we would all go do that, right? And you wouldn't be here listening to me today if this wasn't a problem. Motivation and willpower is something that's very common with women over 35. And the reality is willpower is a myth. It's actually not the missing ingredient in your weight loss. You don't need more willpower or more motivation. In fact, scientific studies show this. When you first decide that you're going to lose weight, your first 2 weeks go like this, and then then guess what happens? It goes immediately down. So what that tells us is that we have to be smarter about how we go about losing weight. We have to have a really great plan, accountability, and support, so we know after those 2 weeks how we're going to counteract that lack of willpower, because it's going to happen. It's scientifically proven. So if you've ever thought to yourself, that you need to have willpower to be successful with weight loss and keep the weight off for good, here's why that's also not true. You're human. You are human, and you will inevitably have a bad day and make bad choices. And what I have seen working with my weight loss clients and losing weight myself is that relying on willpower is a setup for failure. Yeah, I said that. You're setting yourself up for failure and disappointment if you are relying on willpower. And remember, I said it only lasts about 2 weeks, scientifically proven. So after 2 weeks, it's going to go down, way down. So when you rely on willpower and you have a bad day or a bad meal or even a bad month, what happens? You feel really bad. You have all these negative feelings and emotions, and you feel like you screwed up. right? And what I have observed is that this is where women backslide and say, I have no willpower. I just can't say no to food. And really, it's not that you have no willpower, because we know scientifically it's only going to last 2 weeks. It really is a negative thought pattern that's going up here in your brain. And one reason why mindset is so critical to lasting weight loss. Listen, life is not perfect. Do you have a perfect life? I don't have a perfect life. So when we try to follow the perfect all or nothing diet rules, we think that when we have a bad day, when we have a bad meal or a bad week or a bad moment, that we failed. But you're human and life is imperfect. So if you're all or nothing, you're always going to be failing. Because life doesn't work that way, right? You should be able to have a bad day. You should be able to enjoy some pizza and cookies here and there in moderation. You should be able to feel okay with having a bad week and then getting over yourself when you have the right weight loss plan, right? And if your coach or the weight loss program you're doing right now isn't teaching you the skills to eat those foods in moderation while you're losing weight, or how to bounce back after you have a bad day or a bad week, then you need a new coach or you need a new weight loss plan, okay? Because otherwise you're always going to be at war with yourself and thinking you just need more willpower. You don't need more willpower, okay? Every one of us is human. We will have bad days. We will screw up. But when we accept that we will have these bad days, these bad meals, even these bad months, and that we're going to make a bad decision every now and again, we can accept that thing, we can forgive ourselves and jump right back into where we want to go. That's what matters. This is the mindset shift I work on with my weight loss clients. It's changing the negative thought patterns up here, because this is the thing that gets in your way, not the lack of willpower. It's actually lack of skill power to deal with our mindset. It's actually the lack of accountability and support and having the right plan to guide you with what you should do. In fact, a study from the British Journal of Health Psychology revealed that those who use positive mindset strategies were less likely to regain weight after weight loss. People who were more negative and had more negative mindset gained the weight back. And I can 100% see that. You see, when you know it's not about willpower, that you absolutely 100% know you are going to make bad choices sometimes, and you accept that and you come right back around with the right mindset, that's truly how you achieve lasting weight loss. Willpower is the old way of thinking about losing weight. If willpower worked, I wouldn't be talking to you today. You go to Target, you get a bucket of willpower, and you'd be good, right? Mindset is the new way of losing weight. And this is so, so important. And by the way, mindset is the missing ingredient in the vast majority of weight loss and diet programs out there. I don't see it. I don't see people even talking about it hardly, okay? How many times have you signed up for an online group program or maybe worked with a personal trainer and they said, here's your calories, here's your food plan, here's your macros, here's your workouts, and you just started doing all these things, right? And then something happened in your life and you stopped doing all those things. What happened when you stopped? You felt horrible. And then you blamed it on willpower. I don't have any willpower. It's not a lack of willpower. It's not that you're a terrible person. You're learning new things and you're human. You're human, right? If your child was struggling in math at school and they came home and said, Mom, I really want to give up. I can't deal with this math stuff anymore. What would you do? What would you say to them? I'm betting. I'm going to go out on a limb here, but I'm betting you're going to give them a lot of love, a lot of grace, a lot of accountability and support, some encouragement. Keep going, keep trying, maybe get them a tutor or a coach to help them. You would shift how they think about math. You wouldn't allow them to just give up and throw in the towel, right? You would explain to them that this is a process of life. This is the process of learning. So why would you allow yourself to throw in the towel so easily if you won't let your child do it? Why are you getting away with all of this stuff for years and years and decades? Why are you allowing yourself to get away with this and not feel good about yourself? You deserve to feel good about yourself and not rely on willpower, right? It's no different with you. You are learning, accept you are learning, accept that you are human and this is part of the human experience, and keep doing the things you know you should be doing, drinking more water, moving more, right? All of these things. I see so many wonderful, deserving women out in this world struggling to figure this weight loss thing out. Take a step back and evaluate if you truly have all the things you need to achieve lasting weight loss. And let me say this, your goal isn't to lose 30 pounds. That's not a goal. That's a result. You do things, take steps, or set goals to get a result. Your goal is to walk 30 minutes 3 times a week for the next 3 weeks. Your goal is to eat in a slight calorie deficit for the next 8 weeks. Your goal is to drink 100 ounces of water every day for the next month. Your goal is to sleep 6 to 8 hours a night every day of the week. That's the goal. The result is the weight loss, okay? There are 5 components to weight loss and everyone needs to master to lose weight and keep it off for good. And losing weight is different than eating healthy, just like losing weight is different than learning to run a marathon, okay? There's different nutritional approaches based on the goal. Okay, so here is a little check-in. Ask yourself if you know these 5 things and you have them, okay? Because if you have them, then you are set up to lose weight and keep it off for good. So 5 components: a slight calorie deficit, right? Mastering your nutrition for balanced hunger and fat-storing hormones, movement, powerful mindset strategies, so the skills we talked about earlier, and a plan for accountability and support. Okay, if you don't have these 5 things and you don't have a plan for accountability and support, how you're going to work on these 5 things, because you can't do them all at once. You have to progressively do these things, right? You can't start meal prepping and exercising 7 days a week because you'll just get burnt out and then blame it on willpower. You have to have a slow approach to doing those things. And you can't, likewise, just start doing them and have no plan, because then you're just throwing darts, right, in the dark. And you're not really sure if you're actually going to make it. You're not actually sure if you're actually going to lose weight, right? This is why it's so important to have a plan. And when I say accountability, I'm not talking about an accountability buddy. There's a big difference between having somebody that holds you responsible to showing up to an exercise class versus somebody who is actually taking your measurements once a month and holding you accountable to all of the calories that you should have been tracking to for 30 days. There's a big difference between that kind of accountability and somebody saying, hey, are you here? Are you part of my group? Right? Very big difference. So accountability in and of itself isn't necessarily what we all think about it. Remember, those are the 5 things that you need: a slight calorie deficit, mastering nutrition for balanced hunger and fat-storing hormones, movement, notice I didn't say exercise, powerful mindset strategies, and a plan for accountability and support. You have to have that plan, otherwise you're going to get overwhelmed, confused, and feel like you have no willpower to continue on, when the truth is you didn't have the right support and accountability, right? Or the right plan or guidance. Nutrition, again, is a very deep and rich field, and many people like to oversimplify it, but it's much more complicated than most people understand, which is why you have to have a plan for how you go about losing weight. Just like you have to have a plan for how you would go about running a marathon. You wouldn't just run out tomorrow with your new shoes and start running a marathon, right? You would have a plan to progressively get there. You have to have those 5 components and a plan to achieve lasting weight loss. And I see so many women struggling, jumping around, doing different things and feeling really frustrated. And ladies, get the right plan and you will succeed and you will feel amazing. And that's what it's about, feeling amazing, right? Not getting in a certain pant size. It's about feeling great about yourself. So sometimes having somebody from the outside guide you is the most powerful thing that you can do, because so often we can't see the things that are keeping us stuck or getting in our own way. So get the right plan, support, and accountability. Okay, ladies, I hope I shifted your mindset on willpower today, and I hope you enjoyed this 5-part video series. Tell me in the comments below if you enjoyed this, what you learned, and also share it with other women. Let's help each other out. And if you're a woman over 35 with 20 to 50 or more pounds to lose and you're ready to jumpstart your weight loss, book a breakthrough call with me. That call is totally free to you, and you will discover some valuable things about yourself in that call. Ladies, I'll talk to you soon.